still have like eyeshadow on this side. Okay, so today I'm gonna tell you about my first kiss. So when I was younger, there wasn't really dating. There was just, you just hang out with them like really young. I remember one time I was 6 maybe, and I went to this thing called the Boys and Girls Club in Virginia, and there was like a lot of kids, and we were all split up into age groups, and instead of dating, they like just kiss you on your cheek or just eat lunch with you or share food with you, and it was simple. So technically my first kiss was probably when I was 6, but to me, my official, even though, yeah, official was in 2nd grade. Wait, it was 1st or 2nd grade, so I was probably a little bit older than 6. Yeah, and so I was on the bus, and I had a crush on this kid, and his name was Jason. He was really black. He was like tire black, like this here black. And so I had sat next to him on the bus because we were like cool. I don't think we were like our term of dating yet, but we had sat beside each other and we were just talking, and this kid I hate, he got on my nerves so much, and I knew he had a crush on me because everybody knew and he told me. So his name was Jason too. So he decided to 3-seat with me and Jason, and it was really awkward. Anyway, so it was really awkward. So then, like this piece, sorry. Okay, so anyway, we were like goofing off, and the Jason on this side is the one I like, and the one on this side is the one I don't like. So the one on this side had both sides, we had like all put our jackets up, and we were like giggling, doing stupid stuff. And then the one on this side kissed me on my cheek, and I was like, boy. And Jason on this side was like, uh-oh. And so he had kissed me on my lips, and I was just like, goals. And I will forever remember that because it's just the funniest thing ever. And we ended up dating, and he had a lot of girlfriends at that time, or girlfriends. Faith, she was so short, she was so small, she was one of them. He had a lot of them at one time. So eventually we broke up, and that was the story of my first kiss. But then again, this kid named Xavier, he was in my, kindergarten. Wait, what's before 1st grade? Kindergarten. Yeah, kindergarten. His name was Xavier. He was really mean to me. Like, he would bully me, and he sat beside me because we sat at the little circle tables. And eventually I found out he liked me when I was also at the Boys and Girls Club. We had this carnival, and I was in line with my friends, I'm a child, and I'm just having fun. And he just walks up to me, and he kisses me on my cheek, and I'm like, so I go and tell the lady I was in charge at that time, Miss Wanda, and he got in trouble, and my mom like yelled at him. It was hilarious. And I miss those days where everything was all chill. But I miss the Boys and Girls Club a lot. Like, Miss Wanda, she ended up getting fired. And Mr. Brandon. The Boys and Girls Club became whack. Oh my god. I'm blabbering. Okay, maybe I should just tell 2 stories in one. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna tell you about my fourth grade experience, which was legit probably the best and funnest grade other than third for me. So in third grade, I had just moved to a new school in Chester, and the kids here were like really smart and really cool. So I went there. I wasn't nervous. I was just, a little sad that I had to leave my home. And so I made friends there, Some people I wasn't really friends with, like people like Megan, maybe Janaya. Wait, no, I think she was new. Wait, no, I knew Janaya. Wait, no, forget her. Me and Tyra used to be close. And a couple of other people. So in fourth grade, we started out, and I realized that I wasn't in class with a lot of people that I, was like super duper close with. So I was like, how could you? But eventually, Megan, we became friends, and I don't really remember how, but I always thought Megan was, a brat. Sometimes she came off that way, but she really wasn't. She was like the most amazing person. So then I met this kid named Derek, and he was really nerdy. He loved stuff like Harry Potter, vampires and werewolves and stuff like that, and it was pretty funny. And in third grade, I had this crush on Ryan Battle, and he did not like me at all. Shout out to you, Ryan Battle, if you remember Asia. It was like everybody knew. Everyone. I just was obsessed with his eyebrows. His face was just, oh. Well, maybe to me. A lot of people didn't get it. So, there was also this kid, Ryan, I forgot his last name. He was so country. He was so cute. Shout out to you. You were like, so cute. He had an accent. It was country. Like, yeah, and I went fishing with my dad. I can't really get it. So Australian. But we all were still pretty cool, and wow. So me and Megan, we ended up becoming really close. And I was still best friends with Chase Hope, Patricia Elizabeth Robinson Hibbler. She was always my best friend. Just like Angel Rashid is always my best friend. Shout out to both of you. Anyway, so me and Megan ended up becoming really best friends, and we got into being detectives. We were eventually obsessed with it. I wanted to be a detective, so my dad, he had got me, oh my God, where am I looking? I'll just look here. I'll look right here. Yeah, so look here when you're looking, okay? Okay. So my dad, he gave me this criminal justice book. So I brought it to school, and me and Megan, we were just reading it and at our free time. And we would go outside, and every time something bad happened, we would like go investigate it. Like I remember one time, somebody's lunch had got stolen, something inside of it, or $1. And me and her were just asking people questions, writing stuff down. It was legit amazing. Oh my God, I miss her so much. We were just the detectives of the class. We thought it was so cool. And sorry, music went out. Anyway, okay, so a little bit after that, Derek, he had invented this idea. He loved Harry Potter. At the time, I didn't really watch it, even though I love Harry Potter now. I love you, Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe. Yes. Okay, so anyway, he would make these little paper foldables, and he would put spells that we had to remember. He made so many, and he would give them out to the people who would participate. You could either be a wizard, a vampire, or a werewolf. And I was a wizard and a vampire. Wait, wizard, vampire, werewolf, yeah. I was a wizard and a vampire, and so was Megan. So all the vampires would like run around the huge thing. So, cause when you first go outside, you have to run around there like a couple times, and then you get to go to recess. So after we like run the whole thing, and those vampires and the werewolves would like chase us. It was the funniest thing. But So eventually me and Megan, we helped him write down the spells. It was really hard to remember those, like Wingardium Leviosa, he knew all of those, and I was just like, worship you, dude. Dang. So eventually, at recess, we just practiced the spells, or we would chase each other, or make up little scenarios, and it was the funnest thing ever. I absolutely loved it. And then we created this thing, well, we didn't really create it, but we did it. We were like, this is my child, this is my sister, my dad, and we love that. We loved it. So then also, not too far of that, I decided to make a cheerleading squad because I was already cheering a lot at that age. And so I got my girls and these other girls in our class. This is when I met Jamelyn. We became close. Jamelyn decided to copy all of us and make her own team. So I was like, sister. So it was near the end of the year. Well, not really near it, but so then we would all practice near the side, cheering on opposite sides. And at that time, I was pretty nice. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I was alright. So we would cheer, and we get fans, uniforms. Okay, so then we would like, you know, have fun. And then we would make little things like, we made this cardboard box thing, well, me and a couple other people, and you could like vote through it. Oh my God, I miss that so much. We made the box where we had our face in there, and you could talk to us and tell us anything, and you could vote for us and stuff. And it was amazing, and I met a lot of great people, and some of those people I've never seen again except for Chase. We're still best friends, even though I moved away to another state. I think someone is here. Where's my music? So yeah, Megan, she moved to New York, and I wish I could see you because I miss you more than anything. Shout out to Toussaint at my new school. Shout out to Angel, my best friend in Virginia. Shout out to Gray, Isabella, and Shannon. Shout out to, shout out? Emily, Philip, Shauna, Ben, Nathan, Amelia, and R.I.P. Aaron. We really miss you. War Chicken Soup.